Lawsuits over alleged wage and hour violations and the misclassification of employee status have increased over the years. Recently, a government investigation has shown that employers often do not respond to employee complaints when it comes to wage violations. As a result, the Department of Labor has ramped up its enforcement of the Fair Labor Standards Act, which ensures millions of Americans receive the federal minimum wage and the proper compensation for overtime. I am here today with Neil Fraser, an attorney with Milberg, to discuss the issue of wage theft and other wage-related violations being committed by employers. Good morning, Neil. Thanks for joining us today.
Sure, of course.
Can you please explain to us what a wage and hour lawsuit is?
Sure. A wage and hour lawsuit is brought under the Fair Labor Standards Act if you're bringing it in federal court. And the Fair Labor Standards Act is really the most basic and foundational of all wage and hour laws. It says in sum and substance that unless you're what's called an exempt employee, and the exemptions are drawn very narrowly, that if you work more than 40 hours in a work week, you're required to get 1.5 times your regular pay for every hour you work after 40.
Now, what are some examples that employers use to not pay the legally required amount for compensation during the week or for overtime?
Well, I think the basic method employers use to circumvent the FLSA is misclassifying their employees. For instance, saying that they're management when in fact that they're not management. Another example is calling them a sales representative when in fact they don't make any ultimate sales to an ultimate purchaser, and therefore they are not they don't receive any commission for that. It's some of these methods that employers use in order to misclassify employees as being exempt when in fact they're non-exempt employees and are covered under the FLSA.
Now, what can an infected employee do to report such violations when they don't receive the proper amount of wages?
Well, there's several things you can do. The Department of Labor has a wage and hour division which enforces the FLSA, and enforcement under the current administration has most likely stepped up. Of course, you can also contact a private attorney and bring a private right of action, which is oftentimes done under FLSA laws and also related state wage and hour laws.
I see. Well, thank you for your time. And for more information on wage theft lawsuits and other class action news, please visit our website at classactioncentral.com.